All right, looking at number 4 on the triangle angle sum homework. The key to this one is making sure you look at the triangles as two separate triangles. But on this one, you're probably going to want to focus on this triangle right here. The triangle angle sum theorem tells you can find the measure of that angle right there. So you can add 90 plus 20 and subtract it from 180. So you know that that angle right there is a 70-degree angle. And then it's kind of like part plus part equals whole. If you know the angle is 70 and you know that you've used up 35 degrees, well then you could subtract 35 from 70 and you could realize that, hey, that angle just got bisected because the other side is actually 35. 35 plus 35 is 70. So that's how you get 35 for that one. Let's look at number 8 next. Look at number 8. For this one, you would want to focus on this triangle right here first. So if you're focusing on that triangle, first you would find those base angles, even though we haven't learned that vocab yet. But you would do 180 minus 130, and then you would split it in half because these have arcs, therefore they're congruent. So 180 minus 130 divided by 2, and you realize that these angles are 25-degree angles. Well, if those other angles also have a single arc, everything has one single arc, then they're all the same angle. So these angles are also 25. So that gives us a total of 50 degrees, and then missing. So if you're looking at the big triangle now, you know 2 of the angles and you're missing the third one. So you add them up and subtract from 180. 50 plus 50 is 100. 180 minus 100 leaves us with 80. So that's how we get 80 for that angle right there. 50, 50, and 80 get our triangle angle sum theorem of 180. Next up is number 12. The key to this one is also zooming in on the triangle that's important. There's a lot of triangles in this picture. You could pick out probably 6 or 7 different triangles. But I'm going to zoom in on this triangle right here. So actually solving for x is going to be a lot easier than we ever thought. In this triangle, we know one angle, we know this angle if we add them together. So when you're only missing one angle of a triangle, you're golden. You just add them up and subtract from 180. So I'm going to add 74 plus 28 plus 32. I'm going to get 134. And then I'm just going to subtract from 180. Because I know that this angle compared with those other 2 angles will add up to 180. So 180 minus 134 will give me 46. So the key to this problem was zooming in onto the triangle that was important. Oh, I see something that we can connect to a previous unit. You see how this is 46 and this is 46? Those are alternate interior angles, aren't they? So that means that this is parallel to that. Ooh, that's pretty cool. Number 13 on the back real quick. The ratio that measures the angles of a triangle is 4 to 5 to 6. Oh, I did not mean to draw a right triangle. I'm working a different problem in my head. Okay, so 4 to 5 to 6. So I'm going to call it 4x, 5x, and 6x. Because when it's a ratio, you can attach an x to it and write an expression. So now we have 4x plus 5x plus 6x equals 180. And that should get you started on that one. You can solve for x, you can plug it back in, and you'll know all the angles and therefore can classify it.